Hello, viewers. Welcome to Doodle Tuesday. Now, this is a bit of a collage and some drawing as well. And so, basically, we're looking at stepping stones, and stepping stones help you to see where you're going and where you've come from in your journey, because they can acknowledge positive moments in your life. And even if you've had negative, it can teach you to learn from them as well. It's almost like making a record of your achievements and your aims and goals. So I've drawn some stones on a pond, almost acting like a bridge to get over to each step. I've used some that is from Presley Girl Creations. Again, I love that there because that again we're on the move when we should always be moving forwards. And those cards are from Marcy at Creators Call. So the first step for me was discovering my love of creativity. Now I was lucky enough to grow up in a small holding, with horses and dogs and chickens. And I used to write stories about them, especially horses. I mean, I still love horses today, but I was a real horsey girl. So yeah, had a lot of fond memories there. And then step two, now I went to college to basically gain confidence. Because unfortunately, because of my learning disabilities, I had a bad time at school from other pupils and the teachers. I started off in a special needs class, which in all fairness was fantastic. They brilliant teacher really understood me. But as soon as I went to mainstream, unfortunately, it just fell apart. I mean, I literally, I think, took 10 steps back. But when I went to college, thankfully, I did come into myself. And I think also I was that bit older. So, I a bit more, that bit mature as well. Um, Now, I did study childcare, which I did fantastic in the theory. Now, I did struggle on the practical, but, I did get my qualifications as a, childcare to work at a nursery nurse. So I did have a sense of achievement there. But I think, I mean, what I really wanted, looking back now, I wished really I would have pursued more of my love of creativity more at that time. Um, so yeah, that there was a positive there, with my confidence. And as I said, I mean, even, and also another thing, yeah, I mean, unfortunately, the childcare career didn't work, like I said, because of the practical with my learning disabilities. There's still knowledge in that which, will come handy in, which come handy later in life. Um, so it wasn't a complete waste of time. Now number three, now, like I said, because of my learning disability, I tried quite a few jobs. I tried office work, tried childcare, sort of working in a nursery nurse, which was successful for a little bit of time. But like I said, unfortunately, my learning disabilities, they just came back to bite me, unfortunately. So I couldn't really never hold a job. I didn't have any support with the system around me because again they didn't understand, because I came, came across as an intellectual person. I think, to be honest, I think half the time they thought I was lying. Um, because unfortunately, learning disabilities is like an invisible disability. So obviously the more invisible it is, the more that, the advisors and that just don't understand, exactly. But because they didn't understand, that's why basically I just didn't get on as well. I just didn't get on. So anyways, so basically then I thought, well, what have I got to lose? So I thought, okay, let's go back to pursuing my creativity. Um So I did, and I did an art therapy course and a counselling. Now, the art therapy course I particularly liked, and I still love it. I mean, art therapy, well-being, I have a lot of passion for that, definitely. And once I pursued that, I started to feel a lot better myself, because obviously, um, failing at jobs in the past, I mean, that really, well, I felt depressed. I mean, very depressed, because I felt very worthless. I thought, well, what am I good for then? I just keep failing. So, what's the point, basically? So, I did go into a bit of a downward spiral then. But since I found art therapy, that not, that, well, it actually was therapy for myself as well. It gave me the help I needed. And to find, what I really have a passion for and what I'm really good at. Um, so, I mean, yes, of course, we do still need to earn, money. Of course, money don't grow on trees. But I think if you can, I think it's important to find the balance of, yes, obviously, like I said, still being able to pay your bills, put food on the table, but also what you feel a passion for, what you feel a drive for. But because because when we think the hours that we spend in work, and it's most of the day, and nearly every day of the week, so so I would, if basically, if I could give advice to my future self, that would be the my advice. Be, basically get the balance of still following your heart, and doing what you feel a real passion for, because it really does make a difference. It really does. So step 4 then, so basically then after that I thought, okay, well, let's start a YouTube channel, which as you know I have. So basically, which again was sharing my art, sharing my mindfulness, art therapy thoughts, to help and encourage people. So, and that's literally really what I've been doing, is literally just growing the channel, growing the brand, who is Lara Fullard, Earth and Art. And basically my ultimate goal is to become a freelance artist. I mean, that is my ultimate goal. I mean, I am very drawn to the mixed media at the moment. So where it's, a bit of everything. I mean, whether I would still do that in the future, or whether it might be something more specific in art, I really don't know. I'm leaving God to decide that one, because that's another thing as well. I found my faith, and, my faith really, God has really been my rock, excuse the pun, has been my rock through many, many a difficult time, but also through the good times as well. And this is the thing, and that, I mean, that's literally what I'm doing. I'm just, waiting on God, but not waiting so much that I'm literally not doing anything and I'm just giving up. I'm still working on things in the background, because there is always something you can do. I mean, even if you are unemployed like I am, there's still things you can do to work towards where you want to be. So don't sit still, guys. Even if as I said, I've been down that downward spiral, in sort of my late 20s, really, sort of early 30s. I've been there. But you've really got to keep pushing. You've got to keep on going, because it would just get worse if you just sat there and literally did nothing, literally give up. Honestly, it just gets worse, guys. You just go further and down the rabbit hole, as it were. So I'm gonna add a poem. So here it is. A step to glory, or a step to regret. What is there to gain? We should not stay the same. It might hit hard or be like a facade, but we need to keep on going. Over water, over grass, it's still a blast as we move from the past. A journey of sorts, I bid a fond farewell. So I hope you liked that little poem, guys. I hope you liked the video. Again, I want to thank you for all your support. and say please do remember to like and subscribe. It really does help to get the channel to more audience, more people. It really does. Okay, well, just want to say God bless, guys, and have a good Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Bye.